How's it going, everybody? It's me, Stock Picks by Tim, and in this video I wanted to look over Cleanspark. We've got a couple articles I wanted to quickly go over. We're going to look at the chart on Cleanspark, we're going to look at Bitcoin, and then we're going to look at the overall market, and I'm going to give you my thoughts where I think things are going. The general market has been going up since the new year. It's definitely a nice thing to see. I remain hesitant because we do have something important coming out. By the time you watch this, it may already be out, but we have CPI coming out Thursday here, tomorrow as of this upload. And if this comes out bad, it could definitely cause the market to drop. And if it comes out good, well, the market's already been running up a little bit. What are we going to see? Just something to think about here. Why are we running up, coming up to this polarizing event, you could say? But let's get into this video, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Definitely helps me out. Check the links down below. Get your free stocks in crypto. Check out the Discord. It's free, but there is a paid section if you want to support me. And let's take a look at Clsk. And first off, some news. Cleanspark earns the 2022 Great Place to Work certification. Cleanspark announced today, this is as of this upload, January 11, announced today that it has achieved the Great Place to Work certification. Company employees submitted answers to an anonymous survey about their experience working with Cleanspark. Approximately 97% of employees said Cleanspark is a great place to work. And as said by Zach Bradford, I'm proud of our management teams for working so hard to create a culture where employees feel at home. Our teams have achieved incredible milestones over the last year, and this certification underscores the fact that at Cleanspark, we are embodying the values of grit and fairness. And here are some highlights from employees at Cleanspark and what they've said about the company. This company truly values each and every one of its employees. They know how to celebrate accomplishments, no matter how small. Great executive management, great coworkers, and an overall fun and rewarding place to work. Another one that says the company goes above and beyond to make sure all employees feel at home, are treated fairly, and given equal opportunities to learn and advance themselves professionally, while also compensating them fairly at the same time. And I don't believe I've heard the Director of Human Resources, Zuri D'Ambra, but the Director of Human Resources says, "We continually strive to make Cleanspark a great place to work by supporting our people and rolling out initiatives that impact our teams in meaningful ways. A few of our recent enhancements to the employee experience include financial preparedness seminars and generous stipends for employees' development so they can continue their education. In addition, employees receive generous paid time off, company shares, healthcare, and performance bonuses, among other benefits." And the Vice President of the Great Place to Work Foundation says, "It isn't something that comes easily. It takes ongoing dedication to the employee experience. It's the only official recognition determined by employees' real-time reports of their company culture. Earning this designation means that Cleanspark is one of the best companies to work for in the country." Now you might be thinking, who cares? Why does this matter for the stock price? And I'll tell you from personal experience that employees that are treated fairly are employees that stick around. And the best companies are ones that value their employees. I've personally worked at many places that in terms of employment, it's a revolving door, and it seems week by week you see new employees. So it seems Cleanspark is the type that isn't just an easy, disposable job. It seems Cleanspark is a job you don't want to take for granted. And when you have good quality employees that stick around, work actually gets done. But let me know what you think about this article. Does it mean anything to you that Cleanspark got this designation? I definitely think it's a great thing. Now next up, I'm going to look over something else for the sole purpose of telling you not to waste your time on these types of articles. Let's take a look. And this is by Investor Observer, but there are many companies, many different groups that post articles that in my eyes are written by bots. And this article reads, "Is Cleanspark stock worth a buy Wednesday?" It goes into how the general consistent with Wall Street is a strong buy. However, this Investors Observer proprietary ranking system gives Cleanspark a score of 35 out of 100. That's a big fail. Now my main reason for bringing this up to you is just to show you that these articles don't really bring any value to anything, and they're not worth your time. You can see these types of articles throughout the stock market on almost every stock, and 90% of these articles are just written by bots. My main point is there's a lot of nonsense out there, and in my eyes, it's not worth the trouble of even clicking on those articles and wasting your time. But that's just my personal opinion, and if you think those types of articles bring any value to the table, well, that's great. And next up, I've got Cleanspark here on the chart, then we're going to look at Bitcoin and look at a couple of indexes. One thing you'll see with Cleanspark, we did break out of this falling wedge, and we've been uptrending since that. Another thing is their next earnings coming out here towards the middle of February, about a month and a half away. You'll see that they're expecting revenue growth compared to the previous quarter. Last quarter, they reported 26 million in revenue, which we have been decreasing due to Bitcoin's price ever since we topped off at around 41 million. So one thing to think about is while we are expecting at least the next quarter to be an increase in revenue, we are still not anywhere near our peak in revenue. And this stock definitely has a ways to go before it gets back to record-breaking revenues. I personally think if Bitcoin continues slowly trending up, that they should easily be able to beat this. And as we know, they typically get somewhere around 10 million per month, as you can look through their mining updates monthly and get a general idea of how much money they're making per month. Times that by 3, which is a quarter, and there you have the numbers. But as we get closer to earnings, I'll give you my expectation of what it's going to be. But looking at Cleanspark on the chart, at least, you're going to want to see a break of 250, and then you're going to want to see how it does on the 200 EMA. And next up, Bitcoin. This is going to be very important if you watch Cleanspark as well, obviously. And you'll see that Bitcoin's been in this broadening formation, been on a very nice uptrend. It did ride the 200 EMA pretty nicely, broke out of this 17,000 and just started blasting off. I personally think it can pull back, test the 50 EMA. If it breaks that, it could test that $17,000 support. And you're also going to want to watch this bottom of this broadening formation. It's likely going to touch back on it very soon. And pulling up the SPY, ever since the end of 2021, this has been in a downtrend. We did have a false breakout here in the middle of December, but we didn't have a candle close above this trend line, at least on the 4 hour. I personally think that the market is getting prepared for CPI, is looking at it in an optimistic way, when in reality, it's still going to be high inflation. It still needs to come down considerably. We're still going to have a couple more rate hikes. So I could definitely see the SPY going up a little bit more, finding resistance right here, right around 397, maybe even trying to break out, coming towards 400, and then just pulling back down and potentially testing this low right around 350. It would not surprise me. I don't think we are yet out of the woods. And looking at the Russell 3000, same thing here with the Russell. It looks like it's just like the SPY trying to come back up to this broadening formation on the top. Might get rejected right around 2300 and start pulling down and test its low at 2000. Now, despite short-term, at least on the indexes, looking bearish, it's nice to see Cleanspark and Bitcoin both at least in a short-term uptrend. Although I do think we're a little bit early. My expectation was that in about 3-4 months from now, we will start seeing Bitcoin run as we approach that 1 year mark from the halving. But I'm curious, let me know down below, do you think this is the start of the bull run? Do you think we have a couple more months of just kind of jumping around, little bull cycles, then bear cycles, until we get to that definitive bull run? Let me know how you feel down below. Thanks as always, guys, and take it easy.